Russian forces are making a new thrust into eastern Ukraine. Their aim is to increase the pressure on Kyiv to give up land, as U.S. President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, are all set for the Alaska summit on Friday. Russian forces are making a new thrust into eastern Ukraine. Their aim to increase the pressure on Kyiv to give up land, as U.S. President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, are all set for the Alaska summit on Friday. These are the images released by the Russian Defense Ministry. Moscow claims that its troops waved their flag in the Ukrainian village of Yablunivka, which Russia said had captured on August 9th. Ukraine says that it has responded with reinforcements and strategies to locate and dismantle Russian assault units. But Ukraine is not holding back. It is striking deep inside Russia, only to disrupt key supply chains and production hubs. Ukraine is increasingly targeting Russian oil refineries as Russian troops continue to breach front lines, which have been frozen for months. There are fears that things would become more difficult in the coming days.
Putin is counting on and what he is actually preparing for. In particular, this includes military preparations. He's definitely not preparing for a ceasefire or an end to the war. Putin is determined to present the meeting with the America as his personal victory and then continue to act as before, to put pressure on Ukraine as before.
But Europe is weighing in ahead of Trump-Putin talks on Friday. It says Ukraine should have freedom to decide its future. European leaders and Volodymyr Zelensky are planning to speak with President Trump ahead of the summit. This amid fears of Washington dictating unfavorable peace terms to Kyiv.
Is clear. We welcome the efforts by President Trump to reach peace for Ukraine, a peace that is just and lasting and respects sovereignty and territorial integrity. And in this sense, we are working with Ukraine to make sure that this is kept in mind in the meeting of Friday. Anything else is pure speculations at this stage.
Well, President Trump says any peace deal will involve some swapping of territories to the betterment of both. He has asserted that it will take him 2 minutes to understand if he can strike a deal with Putin.
I'm going to meet with him. We're going to see what the parameters are. I'm then going to call up President Zelensky and the European leaders right after the meeting, yeah. And I'm going to tell them what kind of a deal. I'm not going to make a deal. It's not up to me to make a deal. At the end of that meeting, probably in the first 2 minutes, I'll know exactly whether or not a deal can be made. Because that's what I do.
As the world watches with bated breath, any breakthrough will be like a gift to Putin and Trump during the negotiations. Moreover, it means it could heighten pressure on Kyiv to yield territory under any deal.
Make a decision.